Hi friends, my name is Pam. Welcome back to my bookshelf, and today I'm filming my first ever wrap-up for the year. Here's what I read in January 2021. I'm going to try and keep these wrap-ups short because I usually don't read a whole lot per month, although it is steadily increasing and that's very exciting for me. But I just want to maybe limit myself to 30 seconds per book, why I liked it, why I didn't like it, maybe a star rating. I finished A Lat's Away by Darcy Little Badger in January 2021. I started this in October last year actually, but then I got really busy in November with NaNoWriMo, and December I crocheted my little fingers off making various gifts for people. And then in January I was like, okay, I want to finish this before I can start any buzzword books. So this is about a girl named A Lat's Away, or Ellie for short. She is Lippin Apache living in Texas, and her cousin dies unexpectedly, and this is a little bit of her solving the mystery of what happened to her cousin, because family is really, really important in this book, and it does such an amazing job of intertwining family generational stories being passed down to Ellie, and also just the plot of figuring out what happened to her cousin. Oh, ooh, I've already hit 30 seconds, but either way, friendship is so important in this book. It's so beautiful. The illustrator, Rovina Kai, absolute talent. This book is just stunning. You need to see Under the Dust Jacket. Oh my god. Little dogs. And then this beautiful plum color for the end pages. Stunning. Absolutely 5 stars. Cannot wait to read again. Probably want to borrow the audiobook to re-experience it. The second book I read in January was a reread for The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Stiefvater? I had fun rereading it. I definitely think this is a very stellar first book, although there's some confusing moments, I think. Yeah, like I think it's on the verge of too much fantasy for me, but it still is really intriguing, and the cast of characters is just wonderful. I remember rereading it and being like, wait a second, doesn't this happen? And then that happened. And I was like, oh, okay, I was remembering from the first time I read this. In short, this is about Blue Sergeant meeting some boys who go to an all-boys private school near her, and she's nicknamed them the Raven Boys because ravens are like the symbol of the school, the mascot of the school. And she meets these boys, and then she knows one of them is going to die, and they're all on a quest together. That was 30 seconds. Wonderful. I can't remember if I gave this originally a star rating, and I don't know if I want to give it 4 or 5. I'm thinking 4 because it was good. Yeah, I probably will reread it again. Probably. We're gonna move on. Next up, I read The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, book 2 in the Raven cycle. I had reread The Raven Boys so that I could then properly read The Dream Thieves as my buzzword book pick for January's prompt with dream in the title. I remember once Kayla, who absolutely loves this series, saying something along the lines of, if book 2 isn't your favorite, you're wrong. In a joking way, of course. And I don't know if book 2 is my favorite. Like, I had fun, yeah. It was incredibly exciting. I love that Ronan is on the cover. He's maybe my favorite character. As I read this, I also borrowed the audiobook from the library, and I got to listen to the narrator a little bit. The way he does Ronan's voice and that gravelly, you can hear the anger that Ronan's just keeping inside of him. It was just well done. I enjoyed it enough. If I gave this a star rating on Goodreads, I think it was a 4. I did enjoy it. There was a scene I really didn't like. But yeah, I'm happy I finally completed The Dream Thieves. The fourth book I read in January was Ruthless by Carolyn Lee Adams. This is a survival story, and it gave me big Sadie by Courtney Summers vibes. It's about this girl called Ruth who gets kidnapped by a man she finds out is a serial killer. So he's done this before. He's kidnapped girls and tortured them and done all other horrible things to them and then killed them. And she's like, no, I'm going to survive this. I'm not going to be the next victim. I'm going to survive. And she fights tooth and nail. It's just this suspenseful story of hunting in the woods. Ooh, I was on the edge of my seat. I think I gave this 4.5 stars because as much as it did remind me of Sadie, nothing can replace Sadie in my heart. But it still was very enjoyable and a very quick read because I wanted to squeeze in another book for January. Oh, and I annotated this, yeah. And so it was very fun to cheer on Ruth throughout this story. All right, and the 5th book I read in January was actually an ebook. I don't know which side I'll put it on, but here's the cover. It is called Docile by Km Sparrow. Oh, this is a very different book compared to all the other ones I just read. So this book is adult sci-fi dystopian. We're going to go with that. This is a world where there is so much debt in the world that you can sell yourself to be someone's docile, someone's servant, basically, do everything, but you get to pay off your debt by becoming a servant, by actions. So it follows this pair of Docile and Patron, Elisha and Alex, in this world where you pay off your debt by becoming a servant. You can take this drug called Docile or Docile to forget about the actions you may or may not have done, to not remember, not be burdened by whatever you were doing to pay off your debt. And Elisha has decided that he does not want to take it because he believes it wrecked his mother, because she came back from a contract where she served for 10 years and she was not herself anymore when she came home. They're allowed to say no to this drug, and so Elisha decides he does not want to take this drug, and he gets matched, or not matched. He becomes the Docile for Alex, who is actually part of the family that created Docile. So, tension. It's incredibly jarring to see a world like this where servants are being used in such a capacity. I think that's how I want to put it. It is graphic, and there are a lot of trigger warnings that are listed on Goodreads and other places. If you need trigger warnings, go look them up for this book, for sure. I gave it 5 stars though, because I had a blast. It was so much fun. Oh my god. It was gruesome in some places, and I don't want to get into spoilers, that's for sure, but I love the directions that the book took. There's maybe like one plot thing that was a little convenient maybe, but also, you know, hope. And Km Sparrow has a new book coming out. I'll put the cover here. His next book is called First Become Ashes, and it also looks really good. Ooh. So yeah, that's what I read in January. Hopefully I'll get to do one of these a month. That could be fun. And these should hopefully be shorter videos than some other ones that I have planned. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more bookish content. Leave a comment about a book that you read and enjoyed in January. All right, have a great day and happy reading. Bye!